Executive consultants, you're welcome. In our previous video, we stopped at how and we saw how to purchase and how to make a purchase order under Tally, and we were able to purchase some items. But like I said, that Tally is a best fit for a company or a firm that manufactures. So we want to see how do we manufacture an item or a product under Tally. Executive consultants, you're welcome. So we are going to go back to our company that we created under Tally, and we will see how to create. So before you create, there are things that you need to put into consideration, because creation of an item is done under the inventory vouchers, but you must have a certain voucher for you to create or manufacture an item, and that voucher is known as the manufacturing voucher. So we will come back to accounts, and then we'll go to the voucher types, and then we'll create one. So we'll call it manufacturing voucher, and then we will come and we'll put it under stock journal, because we are going to create something that is going to be under stock. So we'll create it, we'll put it under stock, and then we will continue the method of voucher numbering. Let us say manual, because we don't want to say it's going to be automatic, and prevent duplicates. We'll say yes, and then we'll ignore the rest, because they are not that as important. And then we'll come to use as a manufacturing journal. We'll say yes, and once that is done, we'll say print after saving. So this is upon you, but though you don't select the yes or no, you can still create, you can still print after. So press Ctrl A, and we will have created our voucher. And when I come to the vouchers to display, you can able see that we have a manufacturing voucher. So once that is done, today we want to see how these companies use Tally to create or to produce products. And I will simply come down here, and I will look at the product. We have a product as a phone, and we've been told that the following are the requirements. So we are going to first of all stock in these requirements, and then we'll see how to manufacture a phone under Tally. So I will come back to our software, and by now at least I know we've all known how we are able to stock in. So, but before we do that, we need to put into a consideration that we have a final product, and then we have raw materials. So you can't put that under stock items. We'll put that under groups. So I will come under groups, and I will create under stock, single stock group. I will still say create, and I will say final product, and then I'll say it's primary, and then I'll say items can be added, and I'll say yes. Then I'll create another one called raw materials, because we need to be certain raw materials, and I will say it's also going to be primary, and need items should be added. So once that is done, I will come back to my stock items, and then it's where I am going to create my my different items. So I will come, perhaps we will use the multiple, and I will use the raw materials, and then we'll simply put in a few of them just to illustrate how manufacturing is done. So I'll put in the circuit board, and then we'll say perhaps we need 5 of them. Sorry, we will select then we will say each. So we'll go with the each as our symbol, and then we'll say each. So we'll select each, and then opening quantity, perhaps because we've known already how to buy and all that. So we have some already. So we'll have, let's say, 500 of them. And then the rate would, perhaps we bought them at 5,000 each. So we'll come, and then we'll put another item. It's going to be an antenna, an antenna. Then we'll still say each. Then we'll say perhaps we bought 400 and then we bought at 6,000. Then we'll say that, and then we'll also buy a liquid. We'll buy an LCD screen. So we'll simply still say each, and then we'll perhaps say maybe we have about 10 of them, each bought at let's say 1,000. And then I would say we have microphones, and then we'll still say each, and then we have in stock 30, and then we'll have a rate of 5,000. And then finally we'll have the speaker. Then the speaker will still say each, and we have about 60 of them at a rate of 700. Then finally we'll have the battery. So we are putting here are raw materials that we are going to be using in our manufacturing of the phone. So perhaps we bought it at 800. So once that is done, then we will have finished inputting our raw materials. Now, once that is done, we need to now create the phone itself that we are going to create. So we'll say the phone. Perhaps let me call it iPhone users. I'm sorry, but let me say iPhone 6. So we'll not put it as primary, but we'll put it under final product. And then we'll say each. Now, this is the most important thing. When the moment I say final product, they are going to ask me the set of components. This is the bill of material. So if I say no, then that means I will not be able to create this. I will not be able to manufacture this phone. So I will say yes. And when I say yes, you're going to see what's going to happen. So when I say yes, they are going to ask me the components. The component is already there. So the units of manufacture, I will say maybe 1. And then they will ask me the different items. So I will simply come to, and I select the item. I will need 1 microphone. I will need 1 antenna. I will need 1 battery. I will need what else? A circuit board. And then I will still say 1. And then I will need what else have we not put on board? We will need a speaker. I will say 1, and I think the other bit would be, we have the phones, we have the microphones, antenna, battery, circuit board, speaker, and then the LCD. So we'll come and then we select the LCD, and then we saw 1. So once that is done, then I will have set what I will be involving in my manufacturing of the iPhone 6. So rate of duty, it is not that important, it's for tax related. And then I'll simply say, because I've not yet manufactured anything, so my opening balance is 0. So when I do that, then I will have already finished setting up the product that I'm going to produce. So I come back to gateway of tally under transactions, and I will go to inventory. When I go to inventory, because I'm going to manufacture, I'll simply come. Remember, we put our manufacturing voucher under stock. So when I press that, I will not be a stock journal, but it will be a manufacturing voucher. And once that is done, you can now see that everything has changed. So I will come, and then the name of the product, it is already iPhone, which we have here, and we've not manufactured any. And you can see that the moment I put iPhone, they are going to put the raw materials already. They are going to autofill themselves. And you're going to see something. If I put 1, you're going to see that it's going to come like that. But assuming we want to produce for a market, because iPhone is a brand, and we want to produce over 2,000 of them. So when I want to produce 2,000 of them, you can see the mathematics, or the system already does the maths, and will be set and running. So after all that is done, these are key components, but you might realize that maybe there are costs that you're going to incur, perhaps things like labor. So you will come under here and you will say labor. which percentage, remember this is more of cost and management accounting. So which percentage of labor cost is going to go to? So we will come back to Alt C to create a ledger known as labor. Then we put it under expenses that are going to be direct. And then we'll come back and then we'll say maybe it will take 1% of the total cost. So if it's 1% of the total cost, then we'll perhaps say the other thing might be let's create another ledger, perhaps called testing. Then we also come and then we say testing will take maybe 2%. So you can see that the more I put in these additional costs, the cost is increasing. You get, so because initially it was 28 millions, but when I added in that labor cost of 280 and then testing of 560, our total cost has come to 28 millions 840. So the moment I continue to set up all that, I will have finished producing my product. So this is how we create a product under Tally. And but once all that is done, I will have created an item under Tally. And hence, let's maybe just play with that date just to be sure. Just to be sure that we have the right date. Then maybe it's 2. Okay. All right. So just a moment. So once all that is done, then we will have created yourself. You will have manufactured a product under Tally. So we have seen how to purchase, because decisions in management accounting can either be whether to make or purchase. So we saw the purchase decision, and now we've seen the manufacturing decision. So this is how we use Tally to create or manufacture any product that we want to use. So in the next video, we'll see how to make a sale of one of these phones or one of the items that we bought in our previous videos, and we'll be able to carry on more and more transactions with Tally. Executive consultants, you're welcome.